have a special guest speaker as well. So, Hilary, do you want to go at the beginning or you want to go at the end?
You tell me.
Well, if you're ready, I'll go ahead.
I'm good. I'm going to turn my ringer off because I want to respect everybody.
Hilary's going to share some great tips from her open house. She had a phenomenal open house. Every year her open house gets better and better and better. And she had, oh my goodness, I always steal all her ideas for open house. So I'm so glad she's a smart girl. So I just copy whatever she does because it works really well. So Hilary's going to share. So give it up for Miss Hilary.
Glad to be back, you guys. Thank you for your prayers. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you my totals yet because we're going to do cleans later. But I had a good time this time. I did not get a chance to do invites like I usually do. But because I worked Facebook and I worked talking to every client I saw, it turned out almost as good as last year. So I'm just really excited about that. Holly has asked me to do a very, 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 very condensed version right now, and then I am supposed to record something, a full version, and post it on our YouTube channel. And so that'll be there, and then I will also have my handout with all the what always works well for me, what new things worked really well this year, what will I do differently next year, how can a new consultant use these tips if she has no inventory or client base, and what deals do I offer at my open house will be written down for you later. So this will just be a quick nutshell. Are questions going to be the easiest, or should I just kind of spout a couple of really quick things?
I think a couple of quick things.
Spouting quick things.
Yes.
Okay. My biggest thing that I changed this year that I'm so excited about, and I'm going to use it every appointment, even if it's not my open house, is my holiday treasure hunt sheet. And I sent it to Holly, and I will post it on my website, and I'll post it on MK Unit and everything on Facebook. But I made my own little kind of a sheet. It's a half sheet, and it says holiday treasure hunt, and it keeps them moving through my open house. Even if I'm working with a client, at closing my previous client, they can work themselves through, and they're not just kind of standing around or like going to get refreshments. They have a purpose. And so it's got 4 sections. The first section is hunting for their favorites. So that's the treasure hunt. It's hunting for their favorites. And so it has fragrance, lip color, skincare, stocking stuffer, body care, and other. And it has little blanks next to it. So they are going around my open house and sniffing and smelling and trying and looking and browsing and writing down what their favorite things are. So I now have their wish list, which is huge this time of year. You want to know exactly what they like. I am really sensitive to scent. Like, I get a headache in a cleaner aisle at Walmart, so I don't really promote fragrance a lot. And so I've just never really sold fragrances. And I sold more fragrances at my open house than I have in the last 5 years. Everybody wanted a fragrance because they were trying them. And you guys know if you demo it, they will buy it. Like, they will either buy it or they'll write it down to somebody else buy it for them, right? So demoing is your friend. Talking about it is great, but if you can get them to try it, they will want it. And so that was one of the biggest things. So I had them fill out their wish list by trying and smelling and looking at stuff. And then the next list was who was their Santa's helpers. And I had 3 blanks for people who would buy gifts for them. Whether it was husband, and it said like name, relationship, cell phone / email, and do they text? Because sometimes the husbands would rather get a text than a phone call. And a lot of husbands would rather get an email than a phone call. So they wrote down like grandma, mom, sister, aunt. One couple girls wrote down their daughters because they said, my daughters will make sure I get what I want for Christmas. So that called their teenagers. And so then the third section was the bonuses they could get. And I offered 5 bonus opportunities. I said, these are the bonuses you can get this weekend. So they knew, sense of urgency. But it was free stuff they could get, and who doesn't want that? And they were all things to support what I want. Because my biggest thing is that I always forget to work full circle. Like I get to my closing and I remember to, what did you want to take home today? And I remember to book them, but I don't always remember to turn it into a party. I don't always remember to book them for a career chat. It just completely escapes my brain. And I have even kept the CDs in my money bag to remind me, and I still forget. So having that little checklist to take them through the 5 bonuses they could get was huge for me. And I got 8 skincare classes, not makeup appointments, parties, and 6 interviews booked just from the people that I saw this weekend. And so that was huge for me because I've had snow blindness for a couple months with what we've been going through. So this was like a huge jump start, and they are all for November and December, because I said this is only my special for November and December. You can't tell me like, oh, we're too busy, oh, this doesn't work, and they're all booking for now. which again is what I want because I want it before Christmas because this is how I'm paying around Christmas. And so that was awesome. And they're all like so excited about how this will be a stress reliever for their friends and won't it be awesome? It's so convenient instead of the nobody will come and I'm too busy and all my friends are too busy and nobody will, like everybody was the opposite because of how I kind of approached it with this, which also was an easy approach to not feel like I'm being like pushy because like none of us are pushy people, but we all feel like we could be pushy and so we're embarrassed sometimes. And so it was a lot easier to just say, oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so the next bonus is, oh, I can see you can get your booking bonus for having a holiday pampering session or a holiday shopping coffee. So which one do you think would be better for you? Because right now my most popular ones are mother-daughter bonding sessions because everybody's too busy to bond otherwise right now. And the waterless pedicures is also super popular because everyone's feet are nasty this time of year now that we start wearing shoes. And then the other one is the quick and easy Christmas morning makeover look because everybody has to be in 25 pictures Christmas morning when they just went to bed at 2 a.m. from putting the presents under the tree. And they want to look really good and we want to do it fast. So those are my 3 most popular right now, plus the holiday shopping coffee so nobody has to go to the mall and be like all germy and nasty and slushy and trafficky and stuff. So which one of those do you think that your friends would like better? And they're like, oh my gosh, that is so, you know, I'm like, great, let's just write that down. No. So I've got my set times that I book. It's Monday night, Thursday night, and once on Saturday. Like, that's the only time my family has decided that I'm going to work. And so I've got those. I'm like, you know, weeknight or weekend. Weeknight, okay, do you want to come to my girls' night out, or do you want to do a Thursday night at my house or my studio or your house? Okay, great, you know. So, like, that's just it. And then they're like, oh, this is so great. I will work it out. I'm like, okay, good. Let's do that. So that was awesome. And then the bottom of the closing sheet was their shopping list. I call it My Store to Your Door. And I have it all. I will let you all, you can print it as much as you want to and use it, whatever. But it's basically like who you're shopping for, what gift you saw as you were browsing. Did you know that I'll like, oh, I saw something that would be a good gift for her, and I totally don't remember what it is now that I'm sitting down to check out with you. You know, so I had them write it down as they go. And even if they were putting it in their bag, I also had them at the welcome table. I had the big Mary Kay plastic shopping bags, the big ones. Everybody got one of those. So that way she could just like shop as she goes and like start filling her bag. And so, you know, I don't want her to just put it in the bag. I want her to write down who it's for so she doesn't forget. And so it had, and also if she wanted it wrapped, and if she wanted it wrapped to go under the tree, or if she wanted it wrapped as a stocking stuffer. Because I have people spend $10 and that's like their main gift and for under the tree. And I have some people spend $50 and it's their stocking stuffer. So I wanted them to specify like how they wanted it wrapped because I wrap for free. And so that was like the biggest revelation for me. And I'm going to use that closing sheet in every single appointment I have from the rest of the holiday season. I'm going to have people I'm going to hand it to them as soon as they sit down and say, this is your holiday treasure hunt. And you actually get a prize at the end for finishing your treasure hunt. Here are your prizes. Let's work through this together. And so then when we sat down at the end together, I could go over that with them and say like, oh, the eau de toilette was your favorite. Would you also use the shower gel or the sugar scrub or the lotion? Okay, well, let me write that down too. And that way I kind of knew how her brain was working. So when I call all those Secret Santas that are on there, I can answer their questions and make sure I have enough. Because if you've ever called Secret Santas and you've had more than one for the same person, you know you've run out with like the first person. And then you call the second person and you have nothing to offer them. And you have to call the person back and say, just in case your wish list is empty, did you want to put anything else on there? You know, and it's really weird. So that was really, really worked well. I had 34 people attend my open house, 23 in person, 7 on the phone, and 5 online. And 22 of those RSVP'd for specific shopping times, including the online shoppers. Because I do offer an incentive when they RSVP for a specific shopping time. So that time, even if the phone rings, if somebody walks in the door unexpectedly, my attention is theirs. And that way they know I am invested in them, and I'm focused on them, and their time is valuable. And I'm going to make sure that, you know, if they've got to get back to work because they're on their lunch break or the babysitter's leaving, I'm going to get to them. 30 of the people there were shopping for themselves, like reorders. But they wanted to get in on discount. This is the only sale I offer all year is at my open house. I never do star sales. I never do end of year sales. I ask for help. I say I have a big goal, but I never ever put a sale unless it's your birthday or your hostess. You do not get a discount unless it's my open house. And they know that. So they flock to my open house just to get the discount. And it's 5%. I do a 5% discount on my entire store once a year. And they're like, oh my gosh, you have to come because this is the only sale she does all year. Like, you have to come. It's the only sale. I'm like, great, let's do that. And then if they RSVP, they get to double their discount. They double it to 10%. I don't say that part. I say, you get to double your discount. They go, well, yeah, I want to RSVP. Great, let's RSVP. And that RSVP has helped me to block my time better, but also like when I run into somebody, it's not weird for me to say, don't forget it's my open house. Don't forget, you know. I'm like, hey, remember your appointment's at 3, blah, blah, blah. So those are the things that really help me a lot. So, yeah.
And you guys are going to hear more when we're doing our count-up too. So give it up for Hilary. How many of you guys feel like you got some great tips in that super, super fast, condensed version? So she's going to do a little bit more for us on video, and she'll post our, and take your time on those things. But the little sheet she posted for me, we'll post that, and that is self-explanatory. It's fabulous. I borrowed that idea, and it really helped me because I booked appointments, and I booked a bunch of marketing things. And on mine, I just offered them was a free lipstick when they listened to our marketing call. So, and they were like, well, yeah, I want a free lipstick. And it's people I've never interviewed before. And I was like, oh, shame on me. I should have already interviewed them. Okay, so let's talk about eyes. You guys, we've got some great tools that we're going to send around for you guys. But one of the main things with eye makeup is you want to help your customer identify their eye shape. And that's going to tell you where to put everything. Okay, and this cheat sheet has every kind of eye that you need. So we're going to pass this around, so everybody take one. So the first thing you want to do is sit down with your customer and identify her eye shape. So real quick, we're going to go through the eye shapes, and we're going to be watching a video here in a little bit on the eye shapes and where to put stuff at the beginning of the facials. So we'll see if we have time. We might play a few minutes of it before, but I don't think we will by the time we go through it now. All right, so your first eye shape is the standard eye. This is what the majority of your clients are going to be, okay? The eyes are about 1 eye width apart. So in other words, if you were to measure the width of your eye, okay, and you went here, it's about that same width, okay? So in other words, they're not close set and they're not wide set, so standard eye. And if you don't know, like if you and your customer are sitting there, you can't figure out what eye shape she is, the standard eye application works on everybody. So that one's a great one to go to, even if you're not real sure, okay? All right, the hooded eye. Did anybody in here know they got a hooded eye? Okay. So a hooded eye, it says you'll notice these eyes are set so the natural crease are not readily seen. So in other words, you're basically your lashes, when you look at somebody, you don't see any lid. Their lashes are kind of just right there against their, right here. So you don't see any eyelid, okay? And so there's specific instructions on how to really create that beautiful look for that hooded eye, okay? Close set eye. So your close set eye are the ones that are closer than 1 eye width apart, okay? And if you kind of think about this, when you're doing makeup, for your close set eyes, you're gonna concentrate more of your color on the outside to bring them out, okay? So kind of the same thing with the wide set eye. That's the eyes that are set a little bit further than 1 eye width apart. You're going to concentrate more of the color on the inside to draw them in. All right, so just kind of think logically about how that would do, but this will tell you where to put everything too. All right, deep set eye. Now your deep set eye is the one where the brow bone appears more prominently. It looks like the eye is set deeper into the head. So you're going to have that brow bone. In fact, I had a customer at my open house. I did a color class that I had some girls come to during my open house, and one girl had really, really deep set eyes, and so we used the tricks on her, and boy, did it make a difference, you guys. Huge, huge difference, okay? So just imagine, it says, look for the shape when the brow bone appears more noticeable due to the deep setting of the eye. You can draw attention to the magnetic quality of these eyes while bringing the visibility of the lids forward to avoid dark shades in the crease. So you avoid shading in the crease a lot. All right, and then your Asian eye. These eyes are referred to as single or vanishing eyelid, appearing as a flat surface when closed due to a lack of natural crease. You can accentuate the exotic beauty of these eyes by adding dimension by emphasizing the lash line. So it's all about eyeliner and mascara, so it really accentuates that lash line and the outer corners, okay? So each one of these is going to give you tips. And up here at the top it says if you're unsure, again, you just stick with standard, okay? So I want you to find your eye shape, okay? And then I want you to read what it says about your highlighter, your midtone, and your accents. And keep in mind, your highlighter is your lightest color. Your midtone is kind of your medium color like hazelnut. And then your accent color are your deeper shades, okay? Is that how you do it?
Yeah,
Good
that's
job.
all.
Good job. I think think that's half the battle, just figuring out what
I do
shape
too.
you are.
I do too.
It's so empowering. It's just like,
Makes the biggest difference
Yeah,
too.
I know. I've asked both of you now to help me with my eye makeup, so one of you all.
All right, so you guys on your, okay, so let's say I know we had quite a few girls that were standard. So when you're doing this, you guys, you can use your color cards that you get from Mary Kay that have the 3 colors, and you can just apply, the application according to the color card. And you guys, on the color card, there's a great natural look, there's a dramatic look, so they can pick. You'll have some customers that just like using 2 colors, and they just want something simple and quick out the door. But you're gonna have people like me that really like to do some stuff. So you want to be well equipped to be able to show them. And really, if you just stuck this in a page protector and kept it in your starter kit, you're going to feel much more empowered because you can sit down and say, okay, let's figure out what eye shape you are. And you can even read the characteristics and ask her, which shape do you think you are, okay? So don't feel like you have to be the expert and say, you're good, you're standard. You don't have to do that. You can figure it out with her. Yes?
is this sheet on InTouch or on your website as is?
We'll have to put it on my website. No, I'll be emailing it out.
Okay, yeah. Because I love that idea of putting it in
I
your
don't think it's on
starter
InTouch.
kit.
I think it was just in our files.
You put it on your website and I'll put it on my Facebook
Like I know this
page.
stuff is from InTouch, it's just not all on one easy page.
There's a handsome man out there, Sarah. There's a
Oh.
very pretty baby.
Not
Not that you want to claim him or anything, but, okay. So what you want to do is you want to follow those instructions. And most of the looks, you guys, do involve a real defined lash line. So that makes a big difference. So eyeliner makes a huge difference to your customers. Do you guys know that you can take the brush and the brush set that's the eyeliner brush? You can use any of our eyeshadows and you can use it as eyeliner. You can dampen the brush a little bit. I love using the kohl because it almost looks like a liquid eyeliner when you use that. You can do the Midnight Star. I mean, there's so many great colors. The Black Pearl is beautiful dampened because it brings out the shimmer that's in the liner as well. So those are just some tips on there. And then we also wanted to show you guys, this is something, I think I did get these off InTouch a while back. And this is the different shapes. And I just had the UPS store, I just sent these over and I had them laminate them for me. So in my starter kit or in my glamour box, when I go do a glamour for somebody, I'm gonna have these little cards so I can have them out and they'll look nice and they're easy. So it's got your standard eye, okay? It doesn't have all the ones on there because most people are gonna fall into each one of these categories. The hooded eye and then the deep set. Because those are really the 3 that really make a big difference. And just about all of them fall into those 3 categories anyway. So we'll email this out too, so if you want to laminate them. And I think I got these made, laminated, and I got like 30 copies of the new customer profile, and it's like $5. So the UPS store gives us a really good deal. It's like 3 cents a copy for black and white copies, because we get kind of the corporate discount from Mary Kay. I think Office Depot offers the same thing. So whoever's, close to you. So I'll pass these around so you guys can see these too. But these are really handy. And again, the more you educate yourself, the more you're empowered you're going to feel when you sit down with somebody, and the more confident you're going to feel. And you guys, the only way you're going to get confident with color is practicing on yourself and getting confident with your own color, and then practicing on other people. So don't just depend on bringing people to the meeting. You've got to get out there and just practice. And I always told people when I was new, I would say, you know what, I'm a new consultant. I promise I won't do any permanent damage, but we're going to practice. And if I don't know how to do it, I will find out and get back with you. So anything they would ask me, if I didn't know, I'd say, I'm not sure, but I'll find out. And so that next day, I would call Mary Kay, I'd call my director, I would call my friend that I met at the meeting, I'd say, okay, how do I do this? And so it makes you look professional because you know what? A lot of businesses out there don't follow up with their customers. And when she knows that you made that call and you took that special time and effort to find out that color that's going to look good on her, how to do her eyes, she is really going to become a loyal customer to you guys. So, okay. The next sheet I want to give you all, you all seen the bundles, the eye bundles? All right, so in the catalog, your customer is going to flip through there, and I sell a lot of these bundles. A lot of people love the eye color bundles. So if you got somebody that's blue-eyed, you can say, you know what, we've got a blue-eyed bundle. And it has the colors, it even has a little free applicators, and it's $19.50 for the whole little set, and it's got instructions on the inside of the box. Great stocking stuffer. So if you have people that have on their wish list really pretty little stocking stuffer, and they're already in pretty boxes. You just put a big bow on it. So that's a great gift. So these are the bundles for each of the eyes. So I'm gonna pass these around, and they're turned like they're copied, and then the next eye color is turned the other way. So you can take each one of these as well. So you'll have those.
And Holly, when I do my color appointments, most of the time, unless I'm doing a special clinic of some kind, I will actually do the eye bundles for their colors. That's worked really good for me, so that's a little tip there for your color appointments.
Have you guys tried the bundle for your eye color? Gorgeous, right? And some of the colors are maybe colors you may not have picked. I really hadn't worn much blue before I became a consultant with Mary Kay. And with brown eyes, when you do like navy blues and deep blues, my brown eye girls, just trust me, do a pretty deep blue and you will love it. They're really, really gorgeous. So all of them are designed to make that eye color pop. Now, we've already kind of talked about, a couple weeks ago, we talked about eye color and what colors to use on those colors to accentuate them. But don't feel like that's an ironclad rule. Like tonight, I've got on golds and browns. It's not really making my brown eyes look browner, but I was just in the mood to wear that because I had on my leopard print. I thought I wanted to do more fold on my lips for fall lips, and I want to do a little more subtle eye. So you can do other colors. Just remember the application's important, and then your skin tone too. So I found our colors are really, really good on all skin colors. So I can pretty much wear just about every eyeshadow we make, and I've got other customers. It's just going to look different on different skins. If you've got an ivory skin person, something that's going to be an accent color on her might just be a new tone on your bronze customers. So just keep that in mind so that this will be a little bit different. Okay. Questions so far on eye shape or where to put things? Are you doing some of the things on there? I heard several of you were like, I'm doing that for my eye shape. That's good. All right. Well, I'm going to show you guys one more thing. We've got just a few minutes. This customer profile sheet, you guys probably saw it. I emailed it out. It's awesome. My friend in Utah, Sherilyn Arnold, she's a sales director out there. She's awesome. 4 kids, pink Cadillac driver, been my buddy for a long time. And she does a lot of parties at her home, or she did in the past when her kids were little, because when they were taking a nap, she'd put them down for the nap and she'd do a class in her kitchen. And so she was holding 5 classes a week in her house, in her kitchen, about 10 o'clock in the morning. She never did anything at night. So it was really nice. So, all right. So I'm going to pass these around too so you all can see these. And what I love about this, if you run out of profile cards in your starter kit or whatever, you can just print these. And what I really like about these, it has the name, address, those kinds of things you normally have. Phone number, where can I reach, or can I reach you by text? So that way you'll know if you can text them or not. Their email, their birthday, month and day, their anniversary, month, day, and year. And you do have to put the year. My new assistant was just figuring that out. You do have to put the year on there. I'm not a good person to take. Tell me about your face. Do you currently have a Mary Kay consultant besides me? Because you'll have people that come to your class and they'll say, oh, I love Mary Kay. I use everything. And that's your little red flag to go, oh my gosh, who's your consultant? I probably know her. Well, the way Mary Kay works is you can buy tonight to help the hostess, but after tonight I'll be returning you back to your consultant. So just keep that in mind if you meet somebody that already has a consultant. Always refer them back to their consultant. Because we want to keep our customers, right? And we're one of the few businesses that doesn't stab each other in the back over customers. Okay. They get to choose, it says choose your next pampering treatment. So they get to choose what they want to do next. Anti-aging facial, face and feet retreat, my custom makeover, all natural botanical facial, or acne solutions facial. So they get to pick. So in other words, you're booking them for their next appointment. It has a referral list. Write your referral list here and win a prize. So it's got a place for that, so you don't have to worry about doing that on the back of the profile card. And then it has your sets on the back. So you've got your set sheet. So it has the Miracle set at the top, Eye Favorites, Microderm, the Repair set. It all has the Good Housekeeping seal of approval on there, so you can see they're approved. Flawless Foundation set, complete color. The Foot Spa set is the waterless pedicure set. So if you do a pedicure class, you can use the exact same sheet, okay? The Botanical line, the Acne Solutions, and so it lists all the separate prices, but it has the price of the set at the top. So each one has the price up there. Has a place for her to make a wish list. You Deserve It All specials, and you can change these according to how you want to run your business. I love this one. It's easy. Treat yourself to 150 in product or more and get a free roll-up bag that you can change. I've got this in Publisher, so you can change whatever you want to change. Treat yourself to $45 in product or more and receive a free gift with purchase. And then there's a pop quiz at the end, and this is just really easy. Number 1, okay, everybody write down the sets that you love, the one you just don't want to live without. So they write down the sets they like. Number 2, how many of you guys would like to earn free stuff? So you raise your hand, what they do. Yeah, free stuff. So if you'd be interested in earning free stuff, just circle that. And then number 3, and that's when you do your little marketing game, talk about your iStory, how you got started with Mary Kay, how you make money. And you say, okay, there's 3 choices. A means absolutely something that sounds great. Circle the A. B means buy me coffee, I'm thinking. I'd like some more information. C is I'd like to remain a customer. So just circle that. So when they come to you, you'll have all this. This can be their profile card. So it's up to you, but I think I'm gonna try this for a while. I really like it. I was out of profile card, so it was the perfect time to try it. So there you go. I've done a lot of faces in the last 3 weeks, so all kinds of stuff. Okay, well guys, we're gonna go ahead and start our music and start our recognition. If you have guests, you'll want to go back and get them, and you want to come have them sit beside of you. So have them sit up here. And I know we've got somebody introducing us, so if you'll go ahead